You are the most streamed rapper on the planet. 16 billion Spotify streams in 1 year. Not one career, 1 year. 300 songs, with over 100 million streams each. No other rapper is close. The next closest has less than half that number. You just became the first rapper in history to break 2 billion Spotify streams in 2026. The International Federation of the Phonographic Industry just named you the best-selling artist on Earth. 11 consecutive years. 11. And yet, you haven't dropped your album. It's been announced for 8 months. 3 live stream episodes. 3 singles. Producers in the studio. Insiders confirming it's done. And still nothing. This isn't a creative problem. This isn't a label problem. You are watching the most powerful rapper alive navigate a music industry that is actively falling apart around him in real time. This is the ICEMAN problem. July 4th, 2025. Drake parks an ICEMAN branded truck in the middle of Toronto. He drives it through downtown like a parade. Fans flood the streets. He stops at a warehouse, eats food, watches old clips of himself, previews a song called What Did I Miss? It's the most unconventional album rollout you've ever seen. July 5th, the single drops. It hits #1 on Spotify Daily USA within 24 hours. Holds it for 2 days straight. That's the first signal. The demand is real. September 4th, live stream, episode 3. Milan, Kevin Durant, shows up. Yeet shows up. More previews. Doghouse. That's just how I feel. By now, you've got 3 global live streams, 3 singles, confirmed producers, Tay Keith and Oz on the record, and DJ Academics publicly confirming the album is in its final stages. Everything is in place, except the date. So the question is simple: why? December 17th, 2025. Liar Cohen, YouTube's global head of music, posts a statement. After 10 years of partnership, YouTube is pulling all of its streaming data from the Billboard charts. Effective January 16th, 2026. Gone. The reason? Billboard weights paid subscription streams higher than free ad-supported streams. 1,000 paid streams equals 1 album unit. 2,500 ad-supported streams equals the same unit. YouTube wanted them equal. Billboard refused. Think about what you're looking at. YouTube has contributed to Billboard's Hot 100 since 2013. Over a decade, gone in 60 days. And immediately, DJ Academics, who is closer to Drake than most people in media, says this publicly. If I am Drake, I'm pushing my album back to March. He goes further. The industry is beefing with itself, beefing with bots. Streaming has become stagnant. Labels are putting pressure on everybody. We are in a place of non-growth. Let that land for a second. Streaming has stagnated. The thing the entire music industry built its economy on over the last decade has stopped growing. And just as that happens, the biggest chart system in the world loses its biggest visual platform. You drop ICEMAN into this, you're gambling with your legacy on broken infrastructure. Here is the paradox. Drake is living inside. He has 10 albums simultaneously charting on the Billboard 200 right now. 10. That has never happened before. Any rapper ever. His 2011 album, Take Care, is sitting at number 17. Not because it's new, because people are streaming it in anticipation of ICEMAN. When the album drops, he will almost certainly hit 15 #1 albums on the Billboard 200, tying Taylor Swift, tying Jay-Z. The stakes for ICEMAN are not normal album stakes. Every chart record he is about to break will be measured against a system that just lost a major platform. YouTube streams no longer count. And who does that hurt the most? Artists whose audiences live on YouTube. Hip-hop audiences, young audiences, free-tier listeners, the exact demographic that makes Drake bulletproof culturally. Irving Azoff, one of the most powerful music executives on earth, applauded Billboard publicly. He called YouTube a bully and said good riddance. The machine that defines success just told Drake's core fanbase that their streams don't fully count. You see the problem. Drake dropping ICEMAN into this is like launching a rocket during an earthquake. The infrastructure isn't stable enough to record what actually happens. Now add the leaks. September 2025. Streamers get access to a snippet titled National Treasure during a live stream. It spreads instantly. Drake responds, he tries to kill it. He calls streamer Adin Ross live, furious. February 2026. DJ Academics is on stream. J. Cole's The Fall Off just dropped. Academics pulls out a Drake snippet mid-stream and plays it publicly. Unreleased, no permission. The song contains direct shots at AAP Rocky, referencing Rocky S2025. Gun possession trash, Rocky referencing Rocky's 2025 gun possession trial, and his former friend, AAP Rocky referencing Rocky S2025 gun possession trash Andre. Relly taking the stand against him. Drake raps. Talk about Drake, and you get some streams. It's not just a lyric. It's a statement about exactly the kind of industry predation that makes dropping an album in 2026 a calculated risk. Academics admits he did it deliberately. I did it for the moment, he says on stream. I don't think anyone's happy with me about that. Drake isn't that happy. Drake's associate Mal then publicly states, none of what y'all are hearing on the internet is on ICEMAN. I can promise you that. Every leak changes the album. Strategically, creatively, legally. The machine that controls ICEMAN's rollout has been compromised. And Drake, who spent 3 live stream episodes building the most controlled rollout architecture in rap, is watching it get dismantled by leaks from within his own circle. You can't discuss ICEMAN without this. The last time Drake dropped a solo album, he was in the middle of the biggest beef in hip-hop history. Kendrick Lamar released Not Like Us. It played at the Super Bowl halftime show in front of 100 million people. It won 5 Grammys. Spotify confirmed Kendrick crossed 1 billion streams in 2026. The third rapper to do it, Drake, has 2 billion. And yet the cultural narrative says Kendrick won. What did I miss? Drake's first single, Off ICEMAN, addresses the aftermath directly. It's love for my brothers and death to a traitor. Let's go. He's talking to people who switched sides during the beef. But here's the pressure point. ICEMAN has to prove something that no streaming record can prove. That Drake is still culturally inevitable. Not just statistically dominant. He is IFPI's best-selling rapper 11 years straight. He has more daily Spotify streams than any artist alive. 51.6 million per day at press time. He is, by every metric, the commercial peak of the genre. And it still isn't enough to just drop. Because the moment ICEMAN lands, every publication, every fan, every critic compares it to Kendrick's run. Drake knows it. His team knows it. When you carrying the weight of proving cultural relevance, on top of breaking chart records, on top of navigating a broken industry infrastructure, the timing has to be perfect. Here is the current state. February 10th, 2026. Mal says listeners can expect the album on February 13th. The date comes and goes. No album. February 2026. Producers are confirming it's coming very soon. Conductor Williams says it. Almighty echoes it. Academics claims he has the release date, but won't say. Drake posts a clip of himself walking outside in the cold. He comments, "Ooh, it's freezing. About to be." Every piece of evidence says ICEMAN is imminent. But you're rewatching a man calculate the exact right moment to step into the most unstable music industry landscape in a generation, while also trying to reclaim the cultural narrative after the biggest loss of his career, while also navigating leaks he did unauthorize, while also waiting to see how a broken Billboard system settles. After losing YouTube entirely, the album is ready. The industry isn't. Here is what you need to understand. This isn't about Drake being scared. Drake has the catalog. He has the data. He has the leverage. This is about what happens when you build a machine so large that even the ground it stands on can't hold it anymore. The music industry just lost its most platform from its most important chart. Streaming growth has flatlined. Bots are corrupting the numbers. The cultural standard setter just moved to a different stage. Drake breaking Jay-Z and Taylor Swift's Billboard record should be the biggest story in hip-hop. Instead, it's a footnote. Because the system measuring that record just changed the rules mid-game. ICEMAN is coming. The data says it has to. The infrastructure says it should have been here months ago. The stakes say it can't afford to land wrong. What you're watching isn't hesitation. You're watching the most successful rapper alive refuse to move until the board is set. And in 2026, nobody controls when that happens. Not even the Iceman.